In the bustling streets of our cities and the vibrant glow of our screens, a new financial narrative is unfolding. It's a story that strays from the well-trodden path of savings and investments, a tale of a generation redefining their relationship with money. Welcome to the world of doom spending, where millennials and Gen Z are writing their own rules. Gone are the days when the roadmap to adulthood was clear: go to college, land a job, buy a house, save for retirement. For many millennials and Gen Z, this path seems not just outdated, but unattainable. In its place, a new phenomenon has emerged. It's not just about spending, it's about seeking fulfillment in a world where traditional markers of success are increasingly out of reach. But what drives this shift towards doom spending? Is it a reckless disregard for the future, or a deeper, more nuanced response to a world that has shifted beneath their feet? In this video essay, we dive into the economic, psychological, and societal layers that have led millennials and Gen Z to this point. Join me as we explore the forces shaping this generation's approach to the money. From the shadows of economic crises to the bright lights of instant gratification, let's uncover the story behind the spending. To understand the spending habits of millennials and Gen Z, we must first turn the pages back to their formative years. A period marked not by economic prosperity, but by financial turmoil and uncertainty. For many millennials, adulthood dawned in the shadow of the 2008 financial crisis. A crisis that reshaped their view of the financial world. Trust in financial institutions waned, job markets tumbled, and the promise of a stable future seemed like a distant dream. Education, once a guaranteed ticket to a comfortable life, became a double-edged sword. Soaring tuition fees meant unprecedented levels of student debt, burdening a generation even before they stepped into the workforce. And then there's the housing market. Once the cornerstone of the American dream, it became an elusive goal for many. Skyrocketing prices and economic instability turned home ownership from a realistic ambition into a fleeting fantasy for numerous millennials and Gen Zers. Contrast this with the economic stability that the previous generations enjoyed and the picture becomes clear. Millennials and Gen Z aren't just spending freely, they're operating in a world vastly different from their parents and grandparents. A world where financial security is not given, but a luxury. This historical and economic backdrop is crucial in understanding why doom spending has become a defining characteristic of these younger generations. It's not merely a choice, it's a response to a world that has fundamentally changed the rules of the game. As we delve into the psyche of millennials and Gen Z, we uncover a landscape deeply influenced by the digital age. Their world is one where the lines between reality and virtuality blur, where the instant gratification of now often overshadows the traditional patience of later. Social media plays a pivotal role. It's a relentless stream of curated lifestyles, glamorous travelogues, and the latest must-haves. This digital window presents a world of endless possibilities, but it also sets an unspoken benchmark for success and happiness, often tied to material possessions. The psychological impact is profound. FOMO, or the fear of missing out, is more than just a buzzword. It's a real phenomenon driving the desire to keep up, to belong, to not fall behind in a rapidly moving world. This pressure isn't just social, it's intricately linked to spending habits. Then there's the allure of targeting advertising and personalized marketing, powered by algorithms that understand their desires perhaps better than they do themselves. This digital wizardry often turns their wants into needs, making spending as easy as a single click. For many in these generations, spending is more than a transaction. It's a pathway to experience, to joy, to an escape from the mundanities and uncertainties of life. In a world where long-term promises seem unreliable, the short-term allure of experiences and products becomes increasingly enticing. As we navigate through this psychological landscape, it becomes clear that doom spending is not just a financial trend, it's a complex tapestry woven from digital influences, social pressures, and a profound re-evaluation of what brings satisfaction and meaning in an uncertain world. In understanding the spending habits of millennials and Gen Z, it's pivotal to recognize how their perceptions of the dream has shifted. The white picket fence, the stable 9-to-5 job, and the house in the suburbs. For many, these are relics of a bygone era, not the aspirations of today. The dream of home ownership, once a cornerstone of success, has faded into the background. For these generations, buffeted by economic turbulence and soaring house prices, owning a home isn't just challenging, it's often seen as an unattainable fantasy. In place of traditional milestones, a new vision emerges, It's a dream redefined by experience over possession, by the richness of diversity over the uniformity of convention. Millennials and Gen Z are crafting a life where value is placed on experiences, on travel, on personal growth, elements that don't necessarily fit in a savings account. This redefinition of the dream is more than a lifestyle choice. It's a response to a world where the old guarantees seem out of reach. Why save for a future that seems uncertain? Why not spend on experiences that bring joy now? Moreover, career paths have diverged from the linear trajectories of the past. Gig economies, startups, freelance opportunities, these are the new frontiers of work, often less predictable but more aligned with personal passions and values. In this landscape, doom spending can be seen as more than just a financial recklessness. It's a deliberate choice by millennials and Gen Z to invest in a life that they can enjoy and cherish now rather than a distant, uncertain future. It's not just spending, it's a reimagining of what success and fulfillment will look like in the 21st century. As we delve deeper into the spending patterns of millennials and Gen Z, it becomes evident that this behavior is more than just about acquiring things, it's a form of escape. In a world where traditional milestones seem elusive, spending becomes a conduct for joy, a coping mechanism to counterbalance life's uncertainties. Confronted with the stresses of a precarious job market, the relentless comparison culture of social media, and the daunting global challenges, doom spending emerges as a way to seize control over their happiness, however fleeting it may be. In this digital era, the allure of immediate gratification is just a click away. E-commerce sites, food delivery apps, and travel platforms offer instant solutions to the craving for comfort, excitement, or just a break from the mundane. For many, these expenditures are less about materialism and more about experiences that provide a sense of freedom, identity, and belonging. Whether it's the thrill of a new adventure, the warmth of a social gathering, or the pride in a newly acquired skill, these moments serve as bright spots in an otherwise uncertain journey. While previous generations may view this behavior as imprudent, for millennials and Gen Z, it is a rational response to an unpredictable world. Why invest in a distant and uncertain future when the present offers tangible, accessible joys? In the grand tapestry of their lives, doom spending is not just an act of financial defiance, it's a quest for meaning and happiness in the here and now. It's a testament to their resilience and adaptability in facing a world that differs vastly from the one promised to them. As we gaze into the future, it's clear that societal shifts are reshaping the landscape in which millennials and Gen Z operate. These generations are at the forefront of adapting to and driving these changes, crafting new narratives around work, life, and yes, financial habits. The world of work is transforming. The rise of the gig economy, remote working, and entrepreneurial ventures offer flexibility and autonomy, but also bring a level of unpredictability. This new work paradigm is influencing how these generations view financial security and investment. Sustainability and mindful living are also gaining traction. Amid concerns about the environment and the quest for a more balanced life, millennials and Gen Z are increasingly embracing minimalism, sustainable living, and community engagement over material accumulation. Listening to the voices of these generations, one hears a blend of realism and optimism. There's an understanding of the challenges they face, but also a determination to redefine what success and happiness mean in their lives. These generations are not just passive observers of change, they are active participants. From climate activism to social justice movements, they are using their voices and choices to shape a future that aligns with their values and aspirations. As we look towards the horizon, the future for millennials and Gen Z holds both challenges and opportunities. Their spending habits, shaped by a unique set of circumstances, are likely to evolve as they continue to navigate and influence the changing world around them. As we draw the curtain on our exploration into the financial psyche of millennials and Gen Z, we're left with a rich tapestry of insights. This journey has taken us through the corridors of economic change, psychological underpinnings, and a redefined sense of aspiration and fulfillment. What we've seen is not a generation heedlessly indulging in doom spending, but rather navigating a world markedly different from the one their predecessors knew. Their spending habits are a complex response to a unique blend of challenges and opportunities. In a world where the future is less certain, where traditional milestones feel out of reach, these generations are finding new ways to carve out happiness and meaning. Their choices reflect not just a desire for instant gratification, but a deeper pursuit of life's joys in the face of uncertainty. As millennials and Gen Z continue to shape and be shaped by the world around them, their financial behaviors will undoubtedly evolve. But one thing remains clear: their story is about more than just spending. It's about redefining success, seeking fulfillment, and adapting to a world in constant flux. Thank you for joining me on this insightful journey. As we continue to observe and understand these generational shifts, let's remember to look beyond the surface and appreciate the complex tapestry of motivations, aspirations, and resilience that defines millennials and Gen Z.